Hello, Facebook family. I miss you guys. I know I was supposed to do a video for you guys on Friday. Although today is not our original day, which is Fruitful Friday, today is Sunday. But I'm still going to go ahead and give to you what the Lord has been giving me to talk about for quite some time. So for those of you, I'm going to quickly introduce myself because I've received a lot of messages from some people that I didn't even know, and a lot of people that were watching my videos, which was shocking, and I'm so excited about that because this is what my videos are all about. Not just to strengthen me or empower me, but it's to encourage someone else, right? If you have the love of God and the heart of God, that's what your everyday mission should be, right? To encourage and lift someone else up. So I am inspirational author and life speaker Angelina Squire, coming to you today to talk about the spirit of intimidation. The reason why I want to talk about the spirit of intimidation is because I have been a victim of that for so many years. For so many years. And a lot of people don't realize that the spirit of intimidation also brings about fear, insecurities. All of that is bottled up in fear. And if you have been watching my past videos, you already know that I'm very big on being transparent. So when I speak about something, I speak about something that I have already gone through, right? Because when you have gone through something, people can really connect to what you have to say. They know you understand that painful place that they have may been in because you've been there. This is why we don't go through the same things that someone else go through, because I'm responsible to reach some people. You're responsible to reach some people. So our walk will not be the same, right? So tonight we're going to talk about the spirit of intimidation. And also I'm going to speak a little bit from my book. For those of you who don't know the book, it's titled Tune into the Right Voice. Let the voice of God become louder than the voice of our struggles. So tune into the right voice. And we're going to be talking about walking around with a hidden, invisible mask. It's a covering that others can't see. So we're going to get into that in a few minutes, and I'll show you how all of this ties up together. And the reason why I'm doing this video, I shared the other night within a group that I'm a part of, and it's a group with a lot of amazing, when I say amazing, women. And the leader of that group is Dr. Keto Joy, and that group is called Fabulous and Faithful. I'm not here to lie to you. I'm just telling you that if you need to be encouraged, and this is for my women, if you need to be encouraged, stop by that page, Fabulous and Faithful, and just check it out and see the amazing things that are occurring there. The only thing that can happen to you is that you would change for the better, and I'm a living witness to that. So when I told you guys, like I always tell you, I believe in being transparent. What I'm going to share with you tonight is what I call my final mask. I'm going to take off my final mask before you guys, because there are people out there that are hurting with some of the same things that you're hurting with. But when they see you smiling, you may look good, dress good, say all the right things, but they don't know that, no, you're hurting too. You have some insecurities too. You have some fearful moments as well. But what happened is, some of us, and especially believers, we have become masters at covering it up. And then we wonder why are we so bound? Why, we don't see these miracles? Why are we having seeing any spiritual growth, right? And the main reason is because we're not true to ourselves. We know under all that makeup, under all the nice hairdos, we could be taking all these trips around the world. We can even be sitting among the best of the best. And we're sitting there screaming, I want to live. I want to live. What does that mean? It means that you're walking around within your body, but you feel like you're someone else. You feel like you're a prisoner within your own body. You're living, but you're existing. And that's because you're holding on to some fears and intimidation. Some of you have been intimidated verbally by someone. You have some amazing gifts and abilities, but someone have told you that you're not good enough or you're ugly. And even sometimes our own selves, we tell ourselves, well, I don't look like her. I don't speak like her. Well, she have this degree and she have this minister or doctoral license or whatever, and I'm just a nobody. No one knows who I am. When you think like that, that's fear. That's a spirit of fear, and that's to keep you from connecting to your purpose. So my mask that I'm taking off in front of my Facebook family and friends today is that although I'm in the process of getting dental work, let me show you how the enemy can bound you up, right? Even though you have the love of God, you love people, you want to help people, but you're hiding behind something that's really dimming that amazing light within you. I feared what people would say, about me. How would they look at me? Or would they listen to me? Because in the process of me getting dental work, when my daughter got hit by a car, my dental work wasn't that bad at the time, but I had to take off work, be with her through rehab, and a lot of those funds got depleted. So after you've gone through a financial hit and then you're trying to play catch up, we all know that takes time. And at the time, my husband, he didn't receive his Army benefits at the time. So everything was upon my shoulder. So as time went on, the dental got worse and worse. You're still trying to regain that financial stability back. I became more depressed. Even though I was encouraging others, I became more depressed. And to fast forward from there to here, and I am getting a dental work now, but I lost a tooth. If you have watched any of my past videos, I want you to see a difference here. This is the first video that I have done with lighting. All of the other videos have been done in the dark, and that was because I didn't want you guys to see something. And that was because I have a missing tooth now while they're working on everything else. But that's going to be fixed. But to show you what I'm talking about, how fear will bound you, and that fear of intimidation and worrying about pleasing people, you dim the power of the Holy Spirit within you. And then God can't do what he wants to do through you to reach someone else, because you're worrying about people and people pleasing. That all of that is tied to faith and intimidation. So before you tonight, I'm going to show you what it looks like to be comforted and how you have to face your fears head on if you want to live a purposeful life, right? You want to live and no longer exist. Look at this. Now, I know some of you saying, oh, she crazy. She shouldn't have did that. Do she know how ugly she look? People going to talk about her. Let them talk. Let them talk. They talk about Jesus Christ, right? Does it make him any powerless? No. So you that are watching me right now, we're going to take off those masks that you have on. We are no longer allowing the enemy to keep us bound. We belong to Christ, and we were created to shine within and without. So now with that being said, intimidation again is a spirit. The enemy uses this. It's a disguise. He hide behind it. He does this so you're not able to recognize him, right? This will keep you paralyzed spiritually and emotionally, right? It has a crippling effect. It will leave you feeling lifeless, shy, right? You have these negative self talks with and about yourself. If you think about some of the things that you say on a day-to-day basis, you just sabotage your own self. And the negative thoughts that you let run rampant in your mind. That's why you're confused. That's why you have so many headaches. This is why you can't think. You don't know if you're coming or going. Anybody else been like that? I know I have many a times. And I just made a decision that my mind it belongs to me. I own my mind. I own my thoughts. I own my purpose, right? No one can intimidate me anymore. See, that's a level of confidence that you have to begin to develop and live in. Because if you don't have confidence, you will not see your purpose fulfilled. Because a confident person will not let anyone or anything stop them. They have a set focus. I know where I'm going. I don't care what obstacles is thrown on my road. I'm going to find another way around it, because excuses becomes crutches, right? Excuses and holding on to fear, it's just like sitting in your driveway in your car, and you know you have an appointment to be somewhere, very important, you got to be there, certain date, certain time, and you put your key in ignition, and you know the car is used to take you to where you're supposed to go, right? But guess what? If it has no fuel in it, it has no gas in it, what it's going to do? It's going to just sit there, and you're not going to reach your destination. That's the same thing when it comes to you, when it comes to your mind. That's your space, right? If you keep allowing the negative thoughts to keep you all confused, you're not going anywhere. You become that parked car that has a destination, but you can't get there. So your fuel has to become positive words, positive thoughts. And you have to be creative when it comes to your mind. God is not going to do it. Your best friend can't do it. Self-help books, they're good. They give you tools and tips, but what good is it to have all of that if you're just going to read it and just leave it there? It takes application. You have to apply what you're getting. You got to apply it to your life, and then it will begin to help you, right? Have you ever wondered why so many, I won't just say Christians, but people in general, even yourself, have you ever wondered why you have so many visions and ideas? You have some amazing projects, but somehow they never fulfill them, right? And that's because they don't embrace the call from God on their life, right? And again, this goes back to that old familiar spirit of fear and intimidation. And those all too famous words that we all use. I can't. I'm too busy. I work too many hours. My child's sick. Well, my husband need me. I have to cook. I have to clean. And it's this. And it's that. And if you're waiting for perfect, you're just going to be waiting until you die. To get to your purpose, to live a meaningful life, you're going to go through some things. You're going to have to feel that pain because we live in a world where things happen, right? We live in a world where Satan, our enemy, he's roaming around, right? But that doesn't give you an excuse to say, God, I'm not going to do this because this is in my way. And a lot of times we be telling the Lord, well, Lord, if you move this pain, if you move this thorn, or you move this person out of my life, then I would do what you told me to do. Let me tell you something. You're just wasting your time. You're just going in circles. The best thing you can do in a situation like that is begin to say, Lord, what is it that you want me to learn from this situation? What is it that you're going to use to empower and equip me to help somebody else? See, what that does in your mind, it begins to get you thinking in a positive way. And that's what you have to do. That's the only thing that can control the negative thoughts. We can't stop them from coming, but we can control how we handle it. And majority of the time, what happens is when we have a thought, we don't sit and think about it. We just let that thought come and we react. And the outcome is never good. But what would happen if a negative thought come to you, or someone says something negative to you, and you just did this for a minute? And you think about it. Well, if I handle it this way, this will happen. But if I do it this way, that will happen. This is what you have to do with your mind. It's a thought exchange. Exchange those bad thoughts with good ones, right? We have given the enemy too much control over our mindset. And a lot of times we're unable to see the mask that people are wearing because not all masks are physical, right? We don't see the bruising on the outside on everyone. There are some of us who have been hurt so deep, so bad by someone. Some of us have even been hurt as children, and we're still carrying that pain today. We're wearing that inner mask. We're hiding behind it. And sometimes we think that if we suppress that pain for memory, that it will go away. No, it does not go away. It comes back within your life, and it wreaks havoc, right? It spills over into your jobs, your careers, your marriage. Sometimes you're having a disagreement with your spouse and you don't even know what caused it. Or even with your children, you may get upset with them about something that happened to you way back when. Those unresolved issues only become larger and larger and larger. You have to get in the habit of wanting a peaceful mind, because a sound mind, a peaceful mind, becomes a storage place for great wealth. And I'm not just talking about money. When you're in control of your thoughts, everything else that you need will come. But a lot of times you're waiting for that right moment, like I said, and you're waiting for the right person to come along, and you won't show up. I remember when I was talking with the Lord about showing my tooth before I actually did this. He said to me, do you realize how many opportunities that you probably have missed because you didn't go and do what I said do? You turned it down because you're afraid of how people gonna look at you because of the way how your mouth is. You didn't trust me enough to know that I got that situation and that I'm going to take care of that. But you saw that that situation was more important than me. And when he said, who are you pleasing? Are you serving God or man? I mean, that really just, it really just blew my mind in a whole total different direction. Talk about kicking you in your butt to get you thinking how you supposed to be thinking. That's how it was for me. So all the things that you've been praying to God about to elevate you in your business, your career, your ministry, whatever it is, that book you're supposed to be writing, the daycare center you want to open, you need some help with a 501c3, whatever it is, whatever it is, excuse me, and the resources that you need, guess where they are? They're not going to drop out of the sky. They're in the hands of somebody else, but how are you going to get it if you keep sitting there worrying about what somebody said to you? You won't get it. You have to go out there, and then it will be attracted to you. When you're walking behind a mask, you're not free. You're in a prison. Fear is a self-made prison that we allow ourselves to be caged within our thoughts. Right? Again, you have the key over your mindset. You have to make that decision. How bad do you want it? You say you want God to bless you. You say you want God to anoint you. But you don't want to do what he told you to do because you're fearful. Don't you know that those same people that say you can't do this and can't do that, they have their own insecurities as well. They may appear like they got it going on because they have degrees and it may look like they have more than you have. Don't be surprised that they have all of those temper things. They have all of the vanity things, but they neglect the power of the Holy Spirit. So what would you prefer to have more? Who would you prefer to listen to? The enemy through your thoughts? The naysayers through what they're saying? Their words only have power over you when you give them power, right? Words are words. They only create when you believe that lie. So I encourage you today, whatever your hang up is, whatever you're fearful about, you have to let it go. If you want to continue to sit down on the sideline, if you want to continue to sit down on your life, if you want to continue to keep missing out on your opportunities, then you remain in that caged up mind. So I pray that by me sharing my story with you guys and showing you my last mask, and getting the confidence now to say, Satan, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Hell is not my home, so why am I listening to you through the lies and negative talks of other people? Why am I believing you when you're not my father, right? Why am I believing you, Satan, with these negative thoughts when you have no say-so, no right in my life? You only have power when I believe your lie. But what happens when I begin to see him for the coward that he is? He only come and attack us when we are weak, when we are vulnerable, right? So this is part 1, and we're going to probably do maybe 3 or 4 more because there's so much more that I want to talk to you guys about hiding behind the mask. But I know this is a video. I didn't want it to be too long, so I'm just going to cut it here and we'll do a part 2, 3, 4, however long it takes. Use my coming from behind my final mask, being free from my intimidation, stepping up to the plate, going after what's rightfully mine, and truly living for God and doing what he says to do, no matter who likes it or who dislike it for that matter. That's what I meant to say. Or who thinks that I'm not qualified, or who thinks that I'm a nobody, or who thinks that I'm not good enough or don't look good enough, or who thinks that I need to have a certain certification to say what I say. Who cares? Who cares? They don't have a heaven or a hell to put you in. So be free in your mind. Be free from people. I can't stress that enough. Conquer your fears so that you can live in your purpose. Again, this is your girl, inspirational author and life speaker, Angelina Squire. I will be coming back to you guys again to do another part of this removing these masks so that we can get in position. There are people that are waiting out there to be free, and they will not be free until they see the example in you first, right? So let's have a wonderful day. May God bless your families richly. I thank you guys again for watching this video, and I will be back to finish up the rest of removing those masks so you can get connected with your purpose and live confidently and walk boldly in Christ, regardless of what anybody else say or think. Talk to you guys later. Bye.